Hey guys, welcome to the third episode of JavaScript Basics. Today we'll be talking about operators, as promised in the last episode. We're going to start off with add, also known as the plus sign. So with add, let's say you have a variable called b and a variable called a. So if we create finally a third one that equals c, that is c, and it equals a plus b, it'll equal 24 since b is 12 and a is also 12, and that would equal 24 because we're adding 12 to 12, which is 24. The next one we're going to talk about is subtract. Subtract looks about the same way, except it's, well, a minus symbol, and if you know basic math, you should know how that works. So if we do var b equals 12, var a equals 12, and we do var c equals a minus b, it's going to be 0, because 12 minus 12 is 0. The next thing we're going to talk about is, well, multiplication, which, again, basic algebra, math stuff. So if we have var a, which equals 12, and var b, which equals 2, if we do var c and we multiply a by b, it's going to equal 24, because 12 times 2 is 24. Next thing we're going to talk about is divide. To do that, we're going to say var 12, var a equals 12, and var b equals 2. Now let's do 4. Var c equals a divided by b, which would equal 3, because 12 divided by 4 is 3. However, I should mention that multiplication and division also are the star and slash will add decimals or make it a floating point number if it is not an even number. And by even, I don't mean like divisible by 2. I mean if it's an irrational number in the end. That's what I meant to say. Next thing we're going to talk about is increment. Now this is a bit more complicated. So if we have var a equals 12, var b equals 2, for example. Now if we do var c equals a plus plus, what this is going to do is add 1 to it after, essentially after it's loaded. So like if we print c now, like after it, it's going to show as, well, 13. While as if we moved it before, it would essentially make it so that before we even try to access the variable, it's added to 13. That's the difference between add before and after. The same thing with decrement. It's just basically the same thing, except with 2 minuses signs, so just like that. Equals, well, we've used it pretty much everywhere. So far, a equals b equals 12, for example. Now there's also equals and equals, or the triple equal sign checks type, such as null, object, string, while as equals checks the value. Not equals is basically the same thing, and you can also do stuff like you did with equals, triple equals, except it would be not, or exclamation mark equals, instead of just exclamation mark equals. So var a equals b equals 12, and var b equals 13. For example, var c is a is not equal to b. Now, less or equals. In this case, let's say we have var a, which is 5, and var b, which is 10. A would be less or equal to 10, because it's less than 10. We have greater or equals, which is basically the same thing. Except the other way around, so A is greater than or equal to B. Now, we have add and set. This is probably one of the more complicated ones, in my opinion. So we have var A, which is equal to 12. What we can do is A plus equals 5. And what add and set does, or plus equals, is essentially adds to the variable without needing to do much else. You just do plus equals and then a number or anything like that. That's basically what that does. Now on to the basic ones. Less than, greater than. Now less than and greater than, you should already know. It's basically this number is less than this and greater than is greater than this. So like A is greater than B, or B is less than C. That's about it for operators. We'll get more into operators as time goes on, as we begin to talk about stuff like functions and other stuff. I'll see you guys in the next episode.